Hello, my name is Jonathan Myers. I am a senior at Southern Connecticut State University, and I am a film major. Today, I will be discussing some of my influences in the art of filmmaking, as well as telling some stories about my own experiences doing filmmaking and kind of how I got into it. So, without further ado, let's get started. One of my main influences is the show Primeval. Now, I've always liked dinosaurs, but my best friend Ben, more on him later, turned me on to this show, and I kind of wanted to replicate that in my early filmmaking. I started off mimicking Primeval, and then I started doing my own thing. And still, sometimes I revisit it, but I've been trying to branch away from it more lately. Another very obvious influence is the Jurassic Park series. Now, I chose this scene to showcase because I also like writing really dark stuff sometimes, and this is one of the darkest, most gloomy scenes in the Jurassic Park series. It's from The Lost World. It's when poor Eddie gets ripped in half by two T-Rexes. Now, I really like the mood of this scene, and I tried, and failed, to replicate that in my early films. But no, it's a really suspenseful scene, and that's why I like it so much. Holy Mother of God, you got to go fast. One thing that's not explicitly about filmmaking, but I feel like is an important influence to me, is my musical taste. Now, when I score my films, I tend to score it with rock and classical music, rather than like hip-hop or rap or electronic music. And I think that's based on the music I prefer. I like progressive rock, which is a mix of rock and classical and jazz and all that stuff. I also tend to sneak in a lot of musical references in my films, like I would have an album cover in the background, or I'd name a character after this musician. And I feel like I'm just as passionate about music, if not more passionate, than I am filmmaking, even though I don't know how to play anything. And I feel like it'll continue to follow me as one of my influences.
With ghosts. I see your hunger for a fortune could be better served beneath my flag. If you've the stomach for a broadside, come aboard!
We all have to start somewhere, and I unfortunately started here. This is my first film, quote-unquote, called Wizard vs. Raptor. And it's basically how I started filmmaking in the first place. I would get together with friends and we'd shoot something stupid like this, and I'd edit it together on a cheap software. And as time went on, I started getting better and better. I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, so my filmmaking did improve. It took a while, but soon I began taking it a little more seriously.
I did it! I scared it away! Take that,
Raptor! My first time making a serious movie, as in something with an actual script and story, was the summer before my senior year. My friend Ben and I decided to take this movie thing just a little more seriously. So we wrote a script, tried our best to cast it. There wasn't really anyone who wanted to make a film with us. And then we made it, and it was called Project 31, and it's the first thing I was actually somewhat proud that I made. I mean, now looking back, it's not that good, but it's the first time I actually used a script, used actual, editing, and tried to make something that was halfway decent. I think for the time it was good, but again, I still look back on it with a bit of embarrassment. Honestly, though, I can't talk about making these films with my friends without mentioning my best friend, Ben. I've known him since first grade, and he was the one who first started wanting to make these things with me. And so, basically, we would just go out, we would write the scripts together, we could film them together, and we eventually ended up working together at SCSU TV. Again, more on that later. But Ben has really been my main influence in my personal life in the world of film. Another person I made films with was my friend David. Now, David is on the autism spectrum, and he has a special interest, which is a hyperfixation that a lot of people with autism have. And his special interest is the weather. So I decided to start making weather-related shorts with him to kind of branch out from the dinosaur movies. And I quite liked it, honestly. We ran like 2 seasons, which was like a once-a-month thing. We did the episode. We filmed it. It was really fun.
Around the portion of the central U.S. like Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and the Dakotas. It is a violent rotating column of air existing from a thunderstorm to the ground.
Ho, 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 happy holidays. It's me, Santa Claus. And today we're going to go around SCSU and give out presents to the people who are nice. And to the people who are naughty, well, let's just say we have a little special present for them. In the fall of 2017, I became a member of SCSU TV. This club on campus makes videos such as news shows, comedy skits, and other things on campus. I began as a general member before slowly working my way up and becoming part of the e-board. I started off in the technical assistant position before slowly moving my way up to the programming director. I feel like this is where my filmmaking career exploded, but here are some highlights from that.
Do you guys believe in Bigfoot?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a tricky question.
No. I've got proof right here. You can see him behind Moral Hall.
Wasn't this the picture you sent me?
Right here, you can see him behind Moral. Right here, you can see him behind Engelman in the similar area. The red circle makes it official. He was digitally marked with the red circle, saying this is in fact Bigfoot in the Science Center.
Is the Earth flat? Okay, why do you believe the Earth is flat?
What do you mean? The Bible says.
Which line?
What do you mean, which line? Just
Which
read
line
it.
in the Bible?
I don't think the Bible says that.
You're
Though I am
Muslim.
Jewish.
You're Muslim, though.
So? It's called conversion.
No, wait, you're an ex-Muslim.
It's called, yeah, you wanna know why, right? Because when I went to the edge of the earth and to the edge of my faith, I found that the earth was flat. What about your nose?
What? At least my nose is covered in the mask.
Every time I talk, it keeps falling down. It must be due to the...
Maybe because you're telling so many lies, Pinocchio.
Alright, it's time to hunt this thing. I'm Johnny Boomerang, and I'm gonna go in there and stop the spoiling spectre. Let's try it out.
SCSU TV also gave me the opportunity to make different kinds of films. For example, what you're watching right now is a film I made that I'm very proud of called The Spoiler Spectre. It's basically a parody of one of those paranormal shows where the guys go into the abandoned house and look for ghosts. Except this ghost goes around campus spoiling movies for people. I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, it was my first mockumentary style film, and I had a blast making it, so I want to make more of these. I think that's where my niche is in filmmaking, these mockumentaries. I'm just going to show you some of it right now.
It all started last semester when I moved in. That's when everything started to get a little weird. It started with a few things moving around the dorm every now and then, but soon it began getting worse. I began to hear voices at night. Leo.
Black Widow dies in Endgame.
Another thing I did for the first time that I would love to do again is make a music video. I ran the talk show for last semester at Southern TV, and I had the opportunity to make a music video for a band because we couldn't obviously have live performances during a pandemic. So that we aired that in place of a live performance, and it went phenomenal. I am so excited to work with these guys again. Here is a clip from Lux Enormous's music video that I helped make for Nephilim. So yeah, that's a retrospective of my filmmaking career and some of my influences. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, my name is Jonathan Myers. I'm a senior here at SCSU, and I'm a film major. Thank you all for sitting through this. Have a great day.